Hey, Slick, it's me!
This game received so much critical praise that it would be shocking if not for the fact that nearly every Rockstar game has gotten the same reception. For all the tens GTA 4 was endowed by, I couldn't get into that game when I tried playing it several years back. Its gunplay was, well, terrible. It was filled with boring or frustrating minigames, and the city itself was grey and dull all around. And while GTA 5 isn't a complete departure from its predecessor, it makes mostly all the right changes to keep me engaged throughout this time.
My daddy was not nice to me!
The environment is vibrant and varied, from the spot-on feel of downtown Los Santos, to redneck country, to the mountain dirt roads, to the beaches. The world of GTA 5 is inviting and colorful. Add to that the random events involving passersby, the ambient sounds, occasional wildlife, and realistic damage the vehicles take, and all these little things add up to much more than the sum of their parts. The result is an atmosphere more engrossing than most open-world games ever made. This leads to the world, though lacking in interesting side quests per se, being fun to roam around and explore. There's more to do than just steal cars and cause as much damage as possible before the police take you out, though that is quite fun as well.
Kinda.
Make him pure! Good to see you, dog.
On the other hand, the actual gameplay in the story missions is hit or miss. If you're a fan of driving and flying in GTA 5, that's great, because this takes up a significant chunk of the time spent in these missions, if not the majority of it. I definitely do enjoy the cars, quads, choppers, and planes, but I wish that I wouldn't have to look down at the minimap so frequently to make sure I'm headed the right way. Other than vehicle gameplay, which controls great, the missions are certainly varied. Often, though, they feel differentiated for the sake of variety, not because each idea is enjoyable on its own. Some missions fall flat because you're lifting cargo with a crane, or lining up cargo at the bottom of a helicopter, instead of doing what GTA does best. On the other hand, as long as you're fine with highly linear, reach the next dot mission structure, the rest of the levels are enjoyable, whether it's a heist, assassination, or stealing a vehicle. The combat is leaps and bounds ahead of Rockstar's previous work in Red Dead Redemption and GTA 4, and there's plenty of weapon variety to keep the action fun. In general, the story missions come out on the other side with the good memories outweighing the bad ones, but it would have been truly great if they played more to the game's sandbox's strengths and didn't hold your hand through each step. The choice of playable character present in many of the levels certainly helped in this regard.
You see it in the movies. I wanted to retire from what I was doing, you know? From that.
The story can drag at times, or forget about central characters for lengthy spans. However, the development of each playable character is what keeps the dialogue and cutscenes entertaining. The story successfully straddles the line between grounded and outright ridiculous, leading to some moments being surprisingly relatable, unless you're playing it forever. Don't worry though, there are plenty of insane scenarios our protagonists put themselves in, and the spectacle of these situations often pulls weight where the gameplay alone would fall short. By the end, the story satisfies and has a nice arc to it, making me glad I finally saw a Rockstar game to completion. All in all, GTA 5 is a tough game to reach a verdict on. What it does well, it does extremely well. However, the core shooting and level design is anything but perfect, and leads to frustrations that the player needs to follow the desired route so closely. A perfect game, GTA 5 is not. But it managed to keep me steadily playing for over a month, and provided me with dozens of laugh-out-loud moments. I'm not a fan of racing games, but I found myself driving and flying just for fun more than I ever have in a video game. It can be summed up like this, I think. The sandbox and environment of GTA 5 is unparalleled and engrossing, perhaps the best realized open world I've ever experienced. It's just a shame that the mission structure and some other annoyances failed to fully reflect this. I give GTA 5 an 8 out of 10. It was a very good game.